you do not keep your life to yourself, please, how do you want to achieve your goals? So let me take, for example, your life now. Most of the people say, oh, my life is in the hands of God, but I understand that, right? But let's just get the point that your life is in your hands now. So you have the opportunity to go out and they tell you, oh, they are fighting in front. A lot of people will turn back. Okay, take for example, I was driving yesterday and then something happened. People were gathered somewhere and I was just driving past. And the next thing I saw a Hilux turn in front of me. I made a U-turn and turn and then parked and asked me, oh, what's going on there? And I was like, oh, nothing. Everywhere is safe. Like, oh, you thought they were fighting. The next thing he did was turn back and run away. That is how you should treat your capital. Do you get the point now? That is exactly how you should treat your capital. So your capital is your life. And how do you protect your life? Risk management, not track record, not defined strategy, not clarity. Now, I usually say that a novice with proper risk management would beat a professional that does not have a risk management structure. Now, I'm going to take that again. A novice that has a risk management structure and framework would be more profitable than a professional who doesn't have a risk management structure. Why? Because the novice knows that, oh, I cannot lose more than this. I need to keep this in check, right? I need to make sure this is in place. But the professional feels, oh, I know I have track record. Yeah. So because I have track record, I don't need risk management, right? Do you get the point? Okay, I'm seeing somebody say I'm better than my first mentor in my awesome. And you see that you're lasting in the system. Now, risk management, as lack of risk management, have pursued a lot of mentors back to their villages. And I do not want any of us here to go back to the village. Do you get the point? So I'm going to move on. I have a lot to say about that, but I'm going to move on. Yeah. So what are the key components of a sustainable trading plan? What are the key components of a sustainable trading plan? The first thing is clearly outline your trading strategy, which includes the type of instrument you're trading, whether stocks, whether options, whether forex, whether crypto, whether commodity, all of those things, right? Whether stocks, whether options, whether currency pairs, whether cryptos, whether commodities, whether indices, whether indexes, whether futures, whatever it is you're doing, make sure you make sure you clearly outline what is my strategy, day trading or long-term investing. Now, that is already spelled out clearly because I know 99% of us here are day trading, which means we trade day to day, get signals, analyze charts, maybe once in a week, twice in a week, once in a month, all of those things. The second thing is set your goals. Now, a lot of time, people do not understand what goals are. Somebody tell me, oh, I want to buy a car and I want to drive a GLE in the next 5 years. I want to buy a Ford Raptor in the next 5 years. I want to buy this. I want to have a house in the next 5 years. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay, right? But do you have a SMART goal? A lot of people have goals, but their goals are not smart. No offense, yeah? I'm not trying to shake tables, all right? A lot of people have goals, but their goals are not smart. Do you get the point now? Which means that your goals must be smart, which is specific, it must be measurable, it must be achievable, it must be relevant, and it must be time bound. I'm going to take that again. Your goals must be smart, which is specific, it must be measurable, it must be achievable, it must be relevant, and time bound. So let me give you an example of a SMART goal. I am a trader, and I'm going to come up with a proposal that says in 12 months, I'm going to hit 12 to 24% return on investment for my investors. It's specific in 12 months. It's measurable, 12 to 24%. It is achievable. It is relevant. Because why? My investors want return on investment. And it is what? It is time bound within a year. Just straight to the point. Goals does not have to be, all the paparazzi and everything they make it look like. No. This particular framework of having a specific, a measurable, achievable, and relevant time-bound goals, right, helps ensure that your goals are very clear and attainable. Are we together? If we are together, put fire in the group, in the chat box. If you're following, if you're enjoying what we are doing, put fire in the chat box. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. I'm glad we are together. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is market focus. Market focus, right? You identify your market focus, which is also very crucial. Yeah. You determine the specific markets and structures you want to concentrate on, which is understanding your niche, right, allows you to develop expertise and make informed decisions. So let me give you an example. As a trader, you want to say, okay, my specific market is currency pairs, which I know is a lot of us here do. Now, have you developed an expertise in this particular thing? Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to say this. I've said this backdoor, but I'm going to say it to you guys, right? In active trading, I read the candlestick trading Bible while in active trading, yeah, before I got busy with other things. I read the candlestick trading Bible 3 times a week, right? No cap, like no capping on this one, which is you keep going back every time. Every time. You see, the sweet thing about Forex is this. You don't have a lot of course materials to read. You don't have a lot of course. You are very strategic. A lot of you have the hybrid course. You have a lot of things to go through. Now, the hybrid course with you, how many times have you gone it over and over again? Have you thought about it? Have you looked at it? Have you checked it out? Have you confirmed what is there? Because the first time you go through it, a lot of you, after like 1, 2, 3 modules, you're like, this thing they bust my head, and you abandon it there. Why? Because you think you've achieved it. But one thing you're supposed to realize is you're supposed to go back. Yeah. I've seen somebody say 100 times. Awesome. And develop an expertise. Can they wake you up now and say, this is Euro USD? Check what to do. And you know, oh, it's trending, so we'll do this and do this. Or no. I don't deal in this kind of market. I'm going to stay out of this kind of market. I've got limited time. We'll talk about that probably in the next session. I'm going to now talk lastly about balancing risk management and profitability. Do you get the point? Develop your clear guidance, right? Clear guidance for your risk management strategy, which is number 1, your risk ratio reward. Are you a 1:2 trader or a 1:3 trader or a 1:4 or 1:5? A lot of you guys see trade and I'm like, no, I must ride this straight to the TP. That's fine. But trust me, that is your personal trading plan. When it comes to a professional trading plan, you must tell yourself, when I'm risking 1, am I risking 1 to make 3 or risking 1 to make 2? You must be specific. Let it be clear. What is my risk reward ratio? I'm a trader who trades 1:2, 1:3. If it goes better than that, that's fine. But professionally, I trade 1:1, 1:2. Secondly, what is your maximum allowable drawdown? A lot of guys don't have this. They just tell themselves, Omo, it's supposed to turn back. It's supposed to turn back. You have a $200 account. You are seeing that one trade that you are on is already going to $20 negative, $30 negative, right? And you're like, it go turn, it go reverse. I say this every time. Hope is not a strategy. If at any point in time you are looking at a trade, right? And then you're like, be like, say this trade go like this. No, sorry, I'm sorry, get out of that trade. Don't even take it, right? Be like, you know that word, like, I hope, I think. Nah, don't do that. There's nothing like hope. Hope, it go retrace. No, let me be quiet overall like this, right? It go retrace, no be strategy. It's not a strategy. If you have a $200 account, be real with yourself. If $20 is gone, okay, that's 10% of your account gone. So what are you doing by ego retrace? What is your maximum allowable drawdown? You get a point now. Secondly, what is your position sizing? By the time you balance your risk reward ratio, you tell yourself, okay, per trade, this is my maximum allowable drawdown. I can't go. And that's why a lot of people fail when it comes to trading of prop firm, right? I laugh a lot of times because the prop firm has made it even easy. They've given you your risk management. Do you get the point now? But because a lot of you do not have first a personal trading plan, not to even talk of a professional trading plan, that's why all the time you end up blowing accounts. So, but if you tell yourself the prop firm will give you, I think, is it 3 days, right? 3 days, 3% or 5% drawdown. If you tell yourself my own is 2%, how do you want to blow account? You get the point. There's no way you blow your account, right? So I will take a break here so that we could check the chat before we leave for tonight. I'll take a break here, then we'll go to the chat. But before I leave, let's have quite an interactive exercise. I'm gonna allow two persons to just talk, right? Let's see. Let me hear from them. What do they think about all I've said? What is their experience so far in relation relative to what I've explained so far? So if let me pick from those that have been active on the chat box, right? Those that have been active. So this is it, right? So if you're active during the course on the chat box, you have the opportunity to share your story and all of this. We have just 3 minutes, so 1 minute per person. And I think 2 people have been active on the chat box. That's JJFX, I see you, and DMP9. So I'll take JJFX first, right? Are you there? Can you talk?
Yeah, I'm right here. Good evening or good
Good evening.
afternoon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever one.
to be fair, I actually enjoyed this session and the topic because we're not just looking at the chat. Most of the time, it's just chat, 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 chat. We're not really talking outside the chat because me, I believe trading is more than just the chat. It's more of the psychology, how you handle yourself and all. And thank you very much for being here. And I really do appreciate you, me myself, right? And trading has not been really easy like that. When you talked about the course, I've been through it in and out, and the course carry. And next time, I would love for you to use more of pidgin English so that everybody could flow with you very
Oh,
well.
yeah.
That pidgin English, they hit the head. Don't be lie.
Okay, okay. So don't worry, I go try to put the pigeon, but also
I
understand
beg,
that
I
as I dey
beg,
use
I
the
beg.
pigeon, I go want to use the English so
Yeah,
that
all right.
both will match together.
Together, all right, all right.
All right, thank you very
It's
much.
really nice. I appreciate. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you, JJFX. DMP9, are you still here in this meeting? DMP9, I can't find him. Is he here?
Yeah, I'm here, boss. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, hi. Yeah, how you doing? So, just let's make it brief.
Good
Just
afternoon.
introduce
Good
yourself.
evening.
Yeah, how you
Good
doing?
evening. Good evening. I'm very happy like for this kind of opportunity. Like I'm very, very, very happy at the moment, to be honest. Like I don't really have much to say, just that most especially what you say right now about this hope of a teen hour more. I remember that year. I went to the clinic. Doctor said I like I got IBP. Like but me, personally, I know that now this forex that is doing, but doctor was like, do you smoke? Do you do this? I was like, but I know deep in my mind that I'm not forex won't kill me. But thank God for the experience and big shout out to FS Professor. Like I will always thank that man. That man is like one of a kind. Like he's done a great job in my life, and yeah, I'm glad for where I am today. I'm very glad though. Yeah, I'm very
Okay,
glad.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'm done with the session this evening. I'll be handing over to
Make I talk now, beg now.
ah Big Prof.
Alpha.
Good evening. Good evening, sir. Prof is here, please. Let's cheer him up. I want to see fire in the chat. I know a lot
You
of
want to
people didn't
discard
know
me just
Prof
like
is
that. Now me they
here.
drop emoji now.
I don't know.
Prof, no just say you dey here since now.
I just wanted to be quiet, just to see what you guys are up to. And honestly, yeah, I am so impressed. I'm not surprised, if I'm to be honest. I'm not surprised at what you guys are doing. I have always known a lot of you guys, how you guys behave, how you guys support each other and help each other. So I wanted to experience this low key without announcing that I'm in the chat room to see how you guys are going to respond to John, how you guys are going to react, because I know a lot of you don't know him. You guys are only familiar with Rita, mostly, frequently used to be with us, and Emanuela as well. So John is a new addition to Forex Life, and you guys are going to be seeing a lot of him in combination with Rita. Sometimes you might even see Emanuela as well, So we're going to be switching. I want you guys to have a different vibe, not just prof all the time, because I believe there are some things John might
Yeah.
want to share with you guys that I might not be thinking of. And same thing with Rita and Emanuela. So it's important for me to make sure that you guys have a different vibe, different experiences from different people, to help you guys grow as a trader. And I also said at the beginning of this year that we are trying to make sure we make ourselves available more. I explained what happened last year and with me in regards to my own personal stuff, and I don't want that to repeat itself this year. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot of me, Rita, Emanuela, but the most important thing, and John, the most important thing is to know that you guys are going to be getting this regularly. Okay, it might not be every week, but at least 2 3 times in a month, if possible 4 times a month, but at least 2 times a month you'll be getting sessions like this. So thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for making even John feel at home, and I'm very happy to experience this myself, So I'm now free to go and mind my business. So I just want to say a big shout out to everybody, and God bless you all. I love you
Thank
guys.
you so much, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank
It's
you.
really
You're
a
welcome.
privilege, and we are honored to have you to be a part. You guys should comment. Okay, they say biggest prof. Okay, so it's not just big prof. Somebody said chat zaddy. I think I like that, chat zaddy. All right, so over to you, Rita. Thank you so much. Over to
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Carrie. God bless you. Thank you everyone for joining tonight's session. From the responses that we see on the chat box, it's very obvious that I mean, this was a different, and I said it at the beginning that this is not the regular chat that we're going to be having. And thank you all so much for responding. Thank you for sharing from your own experience, your wealth of knowledge. I really, really appreciate. There was something that you mentioned that that really stood out. That ego retrace, no be strategy. Your money they go, your money they go. You
I
are
think
there
I'll
telling
make
yourself,
a
wait.
customized shirt. I think I'll make a customized shirt, and then let me see. Probably we'll use it as a giveaway on the group chat. It
You
will
know
be
what? You
boldly
know
written
what?
on
Yeah.
Ego, ego
yeah.
You know
retrace,
what,
no be
John? Let's
strategy.
look for. I think Emanuela knows someone. Let's look for like what do you call this?
Brand guys,
All
those guys
these
that do
designers
branding.
that can do jumpers, caps, and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will pay for it, and let's give it to whoever wants it in Forex Life.
Oh,
It could
beautiful.
it could be a top, it
That's
could be
crazy.
a cap, it could be a jumper, it could be anything. We just customize something and give it out as gifts to our guys.
Yeah. So guys,
Okay.
let's
That's
appreciate
crazy.
Prof in the group chat. Come on, come on.
Thank
Let's
you,
set the
thank you,
group
thank
chat
you,
on
thank you, thank
fire.
you.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof. We really appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you, T. Carrie. But before we move on, does anybody have any question they'd like to ask concerning what T. Carrie has shared with us tonight? Does anybody have any question? Anything that you feel is not really clear, you want a little bit of explanation on it, let us know so he can quickly explain a bit more if you need some more explanation on it before we move on tonight. Any questions? Is anybody raising their hands? I'm not sure I can see the chat.
Now pigeon I run.
Okay,
So
this
it will
says
be
this one
difficult for
says
questions to come on.
all good from here. Okay,
Yeah, we
all
may
right,
proceed.
that's fine. So we may proceed. So we're good, we're ready. So I want to believe that he has shared with us something so we can go back and then reflect, because there was something he mentioned at the start. He said something, if you were an investor, can you invest in yourself, right? Looking at your experience right now, the way you trade right now, can you actually invest in yourself? That's like a take-home question that we should go and ponder on, really go and think about it. If you cannot invest in yourself, then you should not be asking anybody to invest in you, or like, oh, give me 10 trade, give me money to buy prop firm, if you know that you cannot even invest in yourself. So I think what he mentioned was very key. Everybody should go back home. You just want to put the work in, work on yourself to become a better trader. You want to manage your risk a lot more better going forward. You want to be structured, not be anywhere belly face. You go just go anywhere belly face on Monday. Euro US is buying, make a follow and buy. You go wrong, go buy. Euro US is selling. You want to have it in a more structured format. Yeah. So I want to trust that. I want to believe that we're all going to be doers of the word and not hearers only, right? All
I'm
right. So
seeing a
thank you,
question.
everyone.
Richard, I'm seeing a question in the chat box, and I really, really want to talk to this person.
Okay,
This is
yeah. He's saying, can someone be
Mr. Bar.
profitable with one-to-one on the long run?
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, Mr. Banks. I'm going to use, I want to use a very funny explanation, right? But the truth is, like DMP said, it go hard. It's not, go hard small. It go hard big. Because how you want it to be profitable? How? You are risking, let's look at it. You are risking 10 naira to make 10 naira. You have 10 naira. You are risking it to make 10 naira. You know play now. You know play. You know clear. Let me use that word. It's not clear.
You're not trading now.
You're not trading now. Okay, let me use a very popular thing. Let's go to Sportybet. Let's go to Sportybet. Now, let's be realistic. Say you want play Arsenal Man U now. I don't watch football, but Arsenal Man U they play now, right? I know a lot of people will say they go bet on Arsenal because they know say Arsenal go beat Man U this period. But you are betting 10 naira to make 10 naira. Is it possible?
Yeah, is this playing? You're just playing. You're not even.
Do you understand?
You don't want to win.
At all. So you should be betting 10 naira. Now, the reason why I said one-to-one does not work is because as you put 10, do you know that as you put that 10 naira on your trade, is already a loss automatically first. So which means that that trade you are on in, see, every time I trade, this is the way I look at it. The moment I enter a trade, my risk is already considered a loss to me, first of all. That thing I'm risking, I don't already consider I'm lost first. Do you understand now? I don't already take and say now loss, first of all. Do you get? Then, so the first thing I'm struggling to do is, first of all, let me gain my capital first, which is at one-to-one is where I have my capital back. So please, where is the profit? Do you get a point?
Have you?
Mr. Banks, are you with me? If you're with me, let me know in the chat box here. So my first aim is to first get my capital back, and it is at one-to-one that I get my capital back. So anything after one-to-one is my profit. So which means that realistically, at one-to-one, you have not started trading. At one-to-one, just balance. You are like, okay, when you enter a trade and the trade is going from minus 0.15 USD, it will go red, it will go blue, it will go 0.00. That's where you are at 1:1. So I feel realistically, the minimum you should go is 1:2. Minimum. That's the word, because at that point is where you have profits. So that the day you have loss, your profits in the past will cover up. But if you are doing one-to-one, you are not making any profit. So the day you have loss, you don't chop your capital now.
Yeah.
You get the point now. So you need to balance that equation. Have I answered your question, Mr. Banks?
Yes.
I want to know in the group chat. So let me know in the group chat if I've answered your question. Okay, thank you very much.
He said yes.
Yeah, Rita, over
Thank
to
you. All right. Any other question, please? Do we have any other person who has a question they want to ask?
I
The
don't
floor
have
is
a question,
open.
but I want to add to what Tikari has said. As traders, we hear this thing, there is power in compounding and whatnot, but to be honest, doing one-to-one, I don't see what you can compound in the long run, because it's going to take you like a longer process realistically. So yeah, basically that.
You're not even going to make money with 1-to-1.
Exactly.
Yeah. First of all, you're not going to make money with it. So 1-to-2, the
For every
least, the
time you take a
minimum.
loss, you are already losing your capital.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, guys. And also, when it comes to one-in-one, yes, there is power in compounding, but with one-to-one, you need to remember that we always say that Forex is a game of risk to reward. So if you are constantly earning one-to-one per trade, and in some instances, you go through losing streaks, 5 losing streaks, right? That means, let's say you're starting today for the first time with a $5,000 account and you're risking $500 per trade and you experience losing streaks of five different trades. That is already 2,500, right? And
Mm-hmm.
after that 5 losing streak, you start making money back and you're getting one-to-one. It's going to take you a longer time before you can even get back to break even. You understand? It's going to take you longer time to get back to break even. And what is the assurance that before you get to break even, you will still not experience another 2 to 3 or 4 losing streaks again? So one-to-one is not really feasible. It's not what we should be targeting. We should be looking for nothing less than 2-to-1. But as you guys can see, my own trading style, the way I approach the market, I look for something nothing less than 4-5-to-1. I still took to one out of the market, but my ideal trade will go from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 1. My ideal normal trade for me. That is what I always aim for. But I'm always appreciative of whatever market gives to me in return. And that is also another reason why I have this mindset of all or nothing. Because I
But
am
Prof,
thinking long term. I am not thinking of taking little profits out of the market because I'm going to put into consideration when those losing streaks come. Does that make sense? And also,
yeah.
that is why
Yeah.
I do not really like securing partial profits. I have only traded twice this month. I have traded US 30 and I traded Euro USD. I entered these trades a week before inauguration. I think I took the trade on the 11th of January, right? And both trade, my Euro USD gave me over 250 pips in profit, which gave me over 10-to-1. US 30 gave me, because I also scaled US 30. US 30 gave me more than 20-to-1. And John
Wow.
said the same thing to me this morning. He said, Prof, you have only traded twice this year. And look at what you've made. Now, if I experience 50 losing streaks, I am still profitable for the year. And you guys know it is impossible for a trader
50 losing streaks.
to go through 50 losing streaks.
It's not
That one, they're going to need to do deliverance. 50
You
losing
understand?
streaks, I think.
So
Yeah.
we need to find a way to make sure that we always put into consideration of our risk to reward. That is the only way we are going to be profitable long term. One-on-one is okay, but it is not. It's not realistic. We can always do better than that. I hope this helps.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. I think
Thank you so
Shay wanted
much.
to say
I see
something.
Shay's iPhone's hand is raised. You want to ask a question? Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello, good evening. Shout out, Prof. Shout out to Kari, Rita, everybody. Quick one. I have two questions. The first one is, at what point do you move your stop loss to break even? At what ratio, risk to reward ratio? The second question is for Rita. I chatted with you about this about a week ago. I wanted you to clarify to us or me, how do you go about this what do they call it? In 10 trade, there's this rule that says you should not make more than 30% of your capital. I mean, what do they call that thing? 30% of your profits. I don't know if you understand the question. I'm trying to
Yes.
remember. Yeah, that you shouldn't make, like, for example, the profit you make in a day, by the time you make at the long run, there's this calculation. There was a time I wanted to make
Mm,
withdrawal on my 10 trade, and they just flipped my profit and said, "Oh, you can't withdraw this amount because you made all this in a day, and while you have some losing days." So I wanted you to like clarify, how do you go about it on your own capital platform and all that? How do you cope
How
with
do you
that
manage it? How do you manage it?
whole risk management process that 10 trade
okay.
asks of
All
us?
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so for this one is actually regarding 10 trade, right? So what I'm going to do, I'll
Yes.
try to put everything together like in a folder because it's quite mathematical. Like it's not something I don't know how I'm going to put everything here together now on this platform. So I'll try to, probably do
Okay.
it in a folder and then send to anyone. If you're using the 10 trade account and you need more explanation on that, you can please send me a message so that I can forward it to you. I haven't put it together yet. I just remembered now that you actually mentioned it to me on Instagram, right? I haven't really put it together now. And I
Yes.
know it's quite there's maths inside. So please just give me some time to put them together. I'll share them with you once I'm done with it, either tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
Is that
Thank
fine,
you.
please?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
first
that's fine. The
your
first
first
question
question.
is, yes, please.
How do you move? No, like I don't know if Prof is still on the call, but Prof might be able to do this. But I'm just gonna
Yes,
say,
I am.
okay, good. So I know Prof will ask something, but one thing, like I said, is like Prof said, he does not like to move to break even. He doesn't like to sorry, he doesn't like to move his stop loss into profit. He says it's either all or nothing. I think that's what Prof said
Yeah.
earlier. So I think this thing has to do with is more.
No, not necessarily that. Sorry to cut you short. I
Okay,
move my stop loss to break even. No, it
okay.
depends.
Yeah, no, not
What I'm
fairly.
saying is I don't like securing partial profits
Okay,
or
okay,
maybe using TP1 and TP2
okay,
or
okay.
closing partial profits. I don't like it. I like to take everything because okay, if I chose not to move my stop loss to break even, there might be some instances where market is changing direction and I will lose all my profits and I also lose my capital. It doesn't make sense to me. So I still move to break even, but back to the question, when do I like to move my stop loss to break even? We all evolve as a trader. I remember in that same course that you guys have, I was advising you people to move your stop loss to break even after 20 pips.
Yeah.
But that is I no longer do that. To me, it does not make sense, right? I prefer to move my stop loss to break even when I have seen a clear structure in the market. I wish I'm not on the chart. I'm using my phone, I would have explained, but let me just explain with my mouth. In a situation where you're seeing market trending to the upside, for instance, creating higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Now, let's assume you took that particular trade from the start of an impulsive move, which is the move that is creating a new high. I'm sure you guys should know what I mean by impulsive move. Now,
Yeah.
when we've seen that impulsive move, we were able to take that trade at the start of that impulsive move, for instance, and now we've seen a market retracement after that impulsive move, and we've calculated our retracement is around 50% or 61.8 Fibonacci level. And that level retracement is also in confluence with what? Another zone. Now, when I see another impulsive move again, that is the second impulsive move. It is safe to move your stop loss to break even because you can now see a clear structure. The market is respecting the structure and your stop loss is safe to be moved to break even. If we then see a total change in direction or a total change in structure, it could then lead to maybe getting stopped out. And at that point, there are chances of the market even going to your initial stop loss. That is instance number one. We have several instances we can use to move our stop loss to break even. That is just number one. Number two would be depending on how you feel yourself. If you enter a trade and you are not comfortable, you feel like, okay, I am lucky with this trade. Actually, this trade should not have gone this way, but I don't know why it's going in my direction, but I'm still not comfortable with this trade. It is safe to move your stop loss to break even. Don't hope. And be like, because you are in profit, this market will continue. Market can shock you at any point in time. So if you don't feel comfortable with a trade, and you feel like market can change direction at any point in time, then you can then move your stop loss to break even to protect yourself, to protect your emotions while you are on that trade, and also protect how you react because you don't really trust that trade in any way. So what's the point? So just move it to stop loss. So there are several instances, but what I can also do to support this, I think this topic is very interesting. We need to make it a whole chapter inside the Forest Life course
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people needs to understand this, which is something I will do this week. I will make a whole chapter. I will add it to the existing course for you guys, and once it is done, I will then do what? Because I need to also explain using charts. So once it is done and added, I will announce it, or somebody will announce it to you guys. Then you guys can go into the course and go and check. But I hope for now I have been able to, give you an answer.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing, Prof.
Yes, thank you,
Shay's
Prof.
iPhone. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
So I
here.
see
Thank you. Yeah.
Kelly's
Kelly.
hand is raised. Kelly, you have a question you want to ask. Please go ahead.
John might want to, because I caught John short. I'm sorry for that. Maybe John
Yeah,
has
no, no, no,
something
no,
to
no.
say regarding
Prof,
that same.
yeah, our supreme leader. You
So
said
if you have
everything I
something else
wanted
to
to.
say, you can
It,
share, please.
no. It's actually that's what it is. Honestly, it's like
Okay.
you said. It's more personal, right? So you will do when you do the whole uh chapter. We would see it and then follow up as
All
necessary.
right.
Really appreciate. Thank you so much. So, Kelly, please, can you ask your questions? We are really running out of time.
I have a question in the chat box. I can't really speak for one
Okay. Excuse me. Okay. So Kelly said he has his question in the chat box. Are you Kingsley? I'm seeing Kingsley. Kingsley is what I'm seeing on the chat box. In the chat box. Okay, so this question from Kingsley, I really do not know how to answer this question. Probably we might take it in the. You can drop it in the Discord channel, and then probably somebody will be able to attend to it because I don't use Seed Trader and my broker doesn't use C Trader, so I don't really understand your questions. I'm very sorry.
I think it's a broker related issue.
Yeah, I think this is a broker related issue. That's why I said we'll be able to handle it.
Yeah, if that's the situation, that's the reason why I have always been using C Trader. I am not a fan of MT4 or MT5. I prefer C Trader for different reasons. One, it allows me to know how to manage my risk before I enter a trade. When I see a setup, the first thing I do is set up my stop loss. And when I set up my stop loss, I know exactly how much. I don't even set my stop loss based on pips. I just know my entry, I know my SL. Then I then put my SL. Then I start adjusting how much I want to risk for that trade. If I want to risk $5,000, I will then edit it to 5,000. Then automatically, say trader will then get me the lot size that is suitable for that trade. So if you want something like that, there's nothing like my broker, my broker. Use a broker that gives you what you want. You should then look for a broker that allows you to that. If you're using another broker because you're loyal to Xness, then there's no loyalty in this forex. Okay, everybody's for their pocket. Your broker is trying to make money off you. Okay, so if what you want your current broker does not have it, then look for the broker that provides a C trader platform. Okay, so always encourage you guys to even use C Trader. To be honest, I don't know why people like MT4. So if you want C Trader, I know Pepperstone has C Trader, and IC Market as well. Those are the two ones that I know. So you can just check on Google for trader for brokers that are using C Trader platforms.
Okay, thank you very much, bro. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, so I think
We had
Rita,
a question on the chat box.
Which one?
Somebody says here, it says someone who is struggling to be consistently profitable 2 years, 8 months, has a good risk management, trade 4 currency pairs, hardly blow account, but still don't make profits. The profit made is usually used to cover the losses. What's your advice, please?
This characteristics of this trade is very serious. Okay, Prof, please go ahead. Yes, Prof, go ahead first. I think I saw.
I don't want the bear. I wanted to ask you if you want to answer or
No, Prof, go ahead, please. Prof,
or
go
you want
ahead.
me to answer. Right. So there are so many things that leads to profitability. You said number one, you've been trading for 2 years, 8 months. The amount of time you've been trading for does not determine your profitability. You can be trading for 5 years and still not profitable. Number two, you have a good risk management. Okay, how sure are we? We don't know, but we're going to assume you do, right? Now, you trade 4 currency pairs, which is also good. You hardly blow accounts. That means you are like you're in the middle. I would say you're a break-even trader. Then the profit made is usually used to cover the losses. Now, I have a question for you too. What is your risk to reward strategy?
Exactly.
Answer that question first.
Exactly.
Kelly, are you on the call? Please go ahead.
5-1. Now,
5-1.
Now, the second question is, and be honest with me, bro. No need, we need to be honest with each other at this point, and we need to also be held accountable so that we can all grow. The second question is, do you always let your winners run?
That's a very important question. Do you always let your winners run? Okay, sometimes you close early, truth be told. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. If sometimes you close early, we're still not sure if it is sometimes or all the time
Or most of the time.
or most of the time. If you are closing most of the time or sometimes, this is going to affect your profitability long term. And that is also another reason why you have not blown an account. But you cannot be profitable. So you're still break even, which is a good thing. You always should yes, of course you can unmute.
Okay. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so most times I let my trade run because I've done accounts, so I'm kind of used to the pain that comes with it. So most of the times I let my trade run, but sometimes my I get my emotions and I close my trade for me. Maybe when I'm half into the profit. So maybe little retracement sometimes I usually close, but most of the time I let my trade run.
Right. Most of the time, let your trade run. But also now, do you also have an idea of how do I put it? Do you have an idea of do you know your percentage win ratio for the strategy that you're using?
Okay, I think the problem is some when I make one profit. Okay, let's say I make a profitable trade. Most of the times, what happens is once I make one profit, I make 10 losses. So the losses I make is kind of huge sometimes. I don't risk I risk little, but the little risk I take is usually too much. So when I make a winning trade, like 1, 2 trades, most of the time, the losses I make afterwards, like 10 losses, which usually affects my profitability. So I don't really know how to or what to do to that because I have too many losses instead of winning.
What I can say, there are so many things that could be the reason, honestly, and it is very hard for me to figure out exactly because you are the one right in front of a computer. You know what to do. You might not. Okay, let me share one thing with you guys. There used to be a time when at the early stage of my trading, my risk to reward was okay. My I always let my winners run, at least to a good extent. But the only mistake I was making that really affected my profitability was what? One small thing. I was so indecisive. Every time I place a trade, I panic, I close it. I take another one, I panic, I close it. Another one, I plan and I close it. Now, there was a time that I then realized that on this particular trade, Euro NZD, I had closed this trade like 7 times, accepting small losses. And those small losses accumulated to be around 2%. Now, while I was entering the trade and closing, market was very slow. Eventually, market moved my direction. But at that point, I had already lost small trades that accumulated to be in total of 2%. And my risk to reward on that trade was 3-1. Now tell me, do you think if I continue to do that, I'll be profitable?
No, sir.
Exactly. So there are so many factors that could lead to you not being profitable that we don't know, that only you can figure out. But one thing I promise you is this, bro. If you know that you are always letting your winners run, you will be profitable eventually. You just need to fix one mistake that you see, you've even diagnosed yourself. You said what? You have more losers. Then that way we can work on maybe your entries, or maybe you're not placing your stop loss in the right places. But still, we do not know.
Mm.
We don't know
Okay.
exactly if that's the situation. So it could be your entry or placing your stop loss correctly. Because knowing where to place your stop losses, yeah, that is also another skill set on its own. I've seen a lot of useless mentors telling people that they should just use constant 20 pip stop loss. Why should I be using constant 20 pip stop loss? What if I'm placing that stop loss where I am exposing myself? Like forex trading is like you're fighting in a battle and you have all this shield in front of you, and you now say, no, me, I don't want you shield though. I get big chest like Sheyi Kolade. I want come in front of everybody and start fighting. It doesn't make sense. I just have to what? I need to protect myself. So when you place your stop losses, you place them where you feel protected. Always have something as extra sheet. It could be structure, it could be pivot, it could be EMAs, it could be support, it could be below the last week of a daily count, it could be anything. Learning how to place your stop loss is also important. Maybe you have not been doing that and you lose more trades than you win. That is why, if you guys pay attention to my trades, honestly speaking, once I have decided to enter a trade, most of the time it just go in my direction. Once I have decided, you understand? So you need close mentoring to figure that out. But these few things, look into them because I cannot necessarily know. I can't really know exactly what it is until you give me day-to-day report of your trades and charts and your emotion. In fact, we're going to come up with a journal for Forex Life students where it's gonna be like a book. It's gonna have your entry, your exit. You're gonna be able to draw your chart. The journal is gonna be like a app where you're going to you can upload your charts. You can note your emotions before that trade, emotions during that trade, and emotions after that trade to be able to track you guys and how you guys trade. But if you want me to help you to break down this, send me a message on Instagram and I need to be seeing your charts more, then I can help you. But if you're consistent with your risk to reward, long term, you will be profitable. You just need a little bit of help. It could be your entry, it could be your stop loss, it could be your emotions as well. Well, we need to figure that out. Does
Mm-hmm.
that make
Thank you
sense?
very much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And in the course, I just got the course, I think last month, earlier this year.
Right.
So when I was going through the course, I saw you mentioned Notion journal. So before I used to
Notion
think
journal,
that
yes,
yes,
yeah, that's like a ready-made something
yes,
that I
before
was
I
using back in the day too. But I think it's time for us to have our own in Forex Life. So we have a bunch of programmers that work with us, and we can easily develop one. But
thank
for
you.
now,
That would be
if
nice.
you want to use Notion, check on Apple Store if they are still in operation, if the app is still available.
No, I don't think they are available. I'm using the website.
Okay, so because it's been a long time I used them. So, but we can always come up with our own. But in the meantime, what I do, I journal my trade, but I just save my chart inside my Telegram channel, inside the saved folder on Telegram. So that's where I keep all my charts. But so in the meantime, we can do that. But while we work on something for you guys.
Yes, because before I used to think that I don't need to journal my trades, take it, I can just trade anyhow. But now, when I started going through the course, I felt like if I don't journal my trades, I won't be able to figure out where the issues are coming from. Because I
Yeah.
think, yes, because the losses I've been making is just too much. But I don't blow my account. That's because I'll be like, okay, I'm not blowing my account.
You see,
You have,
you're not blowing your account. Bro, it's still a
yes,
win.
so annoying. It's so annoying sometimes, I'm just like,
Yeah, it's annoying, but it is still a win.
yeah, I think so.
At least you're still here to fight another day.
Yes.
So these are the things you should expect to go through. Because by the time you now make sense of it, by the time you're able to figure it out, you won't forget. So I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
expect
that's
you to be
true.
100% now. You know, these are the lessons you have to go through. So embrace them while we find a fix to why you have more losing streaks than normal. But your risk to reward is low key compensating for that. So you just need a little bit more tweak to fix it. Then what happens after that? You become a profitable trader. Because the way I'm looking at what you and what you're saying, you are like 80% there. As long as you never blew account, you're getting closer. So if you never blew account, then trust me, you can be profitable. Nothing can stop you. I always say it, and I'm proud to say it anywhere in this world. I never blew accounts. But I see people say, as a trader, you have to blow account. You don't have to blow accounts as a trader. Meanwhile, when I started trading, I was risking less than 0.5 of my capital per trade. How am I going to blow account? Even till date, I don't risk more than 1%. And I don't trade more than two pairs at the same time. Even if I'm going to do that, one is already at break even before I open the next one. You've never seen my trade, and I have Euro USD. I have nah, come on. I don't do that. So you're getting closer. Just continue. I feel like you just need a little tweak and you'll be there. Okay. So let's give other chances. If there's anyone
All right.
that
Thank
wants to
you
ask
very much.
questions, let's
Thank you
give
very
them the
much.
opportunity to speak.
Thank you.
All right, all right. I think so we'll just be taking one more question for the evening, and that is from DMP, because a lot of these people asking questions now, they did not ask questions since. So please, yeah. So let's take question. DMP, please unmute yourself and ask your question. That will be the last for the evening. Don't worry, in our
Um,
next meeting.
Hello. Hello, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I will make my question very, very sharp. Okay, so I won't waste time.
Yeah.
My question is, no, I can say my biggest problem now in trading, like I've overcome all the other problems, but my biggest problem right now is the fear of missing out. Okay, let me give an example. if you noticed, I said something on the chat like earlier today that I lost my first two trades. That was 2 weeks ago, and I won the last trade, which gave me back all my money, and I made profit. You understand? Even though that trade, I did my analysis. It was a sell. I can't remember the pair again. It was a clear sell. I saw that sell. But you know what? That fear of missing out killed me. Like I ate my hair sell like 2 times before I got it right the third time. So wasn't on yesterday I was going through my MT5 history, you understand? I noticed that most of my losing trades is this fear of missing out. That's really the problem. Even though I've made profit, like my most of my profits are more than my losses, in trading so far. But this fear of missing out, this is my biggest problem. Like, what do you think? Even though I've seen a lot of motivational speeches about how you can overcome fear of missing out and stuff. But what do you think I can do more, to overcome this fear of missing out? It's really getting out of hand. Like I need to play it off my head, you understand?
Four more. Prof, do you want to take it?
Because most of the time, okay, you can talk, please.
I don't mind, but I don't. Do you want to answer? I can also speak after, but I don't want it to be like I just came here to hijack your session.
I would like to say something then.
Okay, so Ella wants to say
Okay, Ella,
something.
say something.
Okay, so with the guy who has this experience of FOMO, I would just share my own experience with you because at some point in my journey, I was experiencing the same thing. So there are different things you might want to put into consideration. First of all, like you need to understand that it's okay not to catch every trade. That's one thing. If you miss it, you can as well let it go. You don't have to like re-enter at some position or at a price where you're not comfortable trading from. Another thing to put into consideration is following a trading plan. If you have like a detailed trading plan, you have certain conferences you want to see before taking a trade, then I think that would help you with your FOMO because if you get to see all your conferences, you don't have to like experience that fear anymore once you're following a strict trading plan. Another thing you could want to do, some people use buy and sell limits. It's not effective for me, but alerts are effective for me. You can place an alert close to the price at which you either want to take a buy or sell position. Also, one key factor too is reducing your screen time because my beginning phase too, I was always on my phone. I always want to check the market and what's going on. So if I say I want to sell at a particular point, even if price is about to get to that POI, maybe 30 pips, I do not mind holding my phone and monitoring the chart until it gets to that POI. And eventually, when it gets there, I still don't have the confidence to take the trade. So you might want to reduce your screen time if that's something you do. These are the things like you can put into consideration.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Emmanuela spoke from a great level of experience, and she already mentioned some of the things I actually wanted to say. The first thing I would have said was you need to understand that you can't always catch everything in forex trading. You need to learn and train yourself to understand that you will always leave some money on the table. It is greed that always want us to have that mindset that we need to catch everything from the market. Is greed. Greed and fear, they are like brothers and sisters. They're so close, they work together, right? So first thing first is you understanding and being honest with yourself and knowing that you can't always catch everything. There are so many thousands of opportunities in the market, but what you can't see them at once. So knowing that you can't catch everything is gonna help. And number two, fear of missing out is something that also comes from not trusting your own self. You feel like if you miss this one, you might not see another one again. But once you have confidence in your trading system, your strategy, you will say to yourself, you know what, if I miss this one, I go see another one. Because you have this inner eye that helps you to see these opportunities when they come. So once you're confident in your system, your trading strategy, you won't be bothered if you are going to miss any trade. And last thing, Emmanuel said everything, is managing your screen time. It is okay to sit in front of a computer when you're still learning at the beginning. But when you get to a certain level, you need to what? You need to learn how to just enjoy life itself. What I mean by enjoying life, not necessarily partying and that. We are trading for a reason. We are trading for financial freedom, and we're also trading to have the time and freedom to spend good and quality time with our families, right? And also ourselves. So why do I want to sit in front of computer 247? Mark, who could go look for 9 to 5? Does that make sense? Then who could go and work 9 to 5? Why are you a trader? Me personally, I am okay to not look at chart for a month but I'm not saying you should not, because mine is different. I am trading with a decent trading capital. So if I make profits today, it's enough for me. And before the trade that I took in January, on the 11th of January, I did not trade 6 weeks prior to that time. And guess what? There were opportunities in the market all the time, but I was not bothered to look
inside the
at
bag.
that. I said something on Instagram. I said this particular trade I want to take, US30 and Euro USD, to God who made me. I knew what I was going to do a month before. I was even excited for a week before that, a week before the day I was going to take it out. I'm waiting for on the 11th so that I can enter my trade. To God who made me, I had already seen my demand level about a month or 2 months before, because I know I will make serious money. So I was just excited that I was in South Africa enjoying my life, and I was popping bottles, not because I want to, because I know that I will, once I get back to London, I know what I want to do. And as soon as I got home, I got back to London on maybe on the 8th or so, and at that time, everything done ripe. And what did I do? I shared that setup on Instagram. I said, prior to this, and before this and that, position yourself properly. I entered my trade. What happened there? Number one, I was content. I was not constantly looking for profits, but not everyone is the same. A lot of people still need to make money to get to a level where they will be content. I understand that. But what I'm trying to make you understand is that you will constantly miss opportunities. It is part of the game. You just need to build yourself to understand that no be every market I go catch. Once you have a clear trading plan and you've missed an opportunity, don't always ask yourself this question before you enter a trade. The most important one I always do till today: am I entering this trade based on proper technical analysis, or I am entering this trade because of emotions, because I am scared of emotions? Could be anything. It could be because you're scared of missing that opportunity, or because you see a lot of people making so much profit. You now want to make. You're feeling some type of way. Ask yourself: am I entering this trade based on proper technical analysis and based on my trading plan, or am I about to enter this trade based on emotions? Say to yourself, Kingsley, be honest. If your answer to yourself is yes, you are acting based on emotion, even if that trade goes your direction, eventually you should not feel bad. Because in some situation, your answer will be yes, you're acting based on emotions, and you decided not to take the trade. And 12 hours later, the trade eats your take profit. Then you start blaming yourself. Why did I even listen to myself? That is also something. Then that way, you then get angry And that is then going to push you again to go enter another trade that you're not meant to enter. So always, you see, Forex is hard, also easy. I swear. This thing is, so you can even be doing Forex and be contradicting yourself as a mentor. Because there is no manual, there is no right, there is no wrong, there is no exact way to do something. We just have to be disciplined and be truthful to ourselves. So these few things, I feel like you should try to put them in practice when market opens. Ask yourself these questions. Understand it is okay to leave something on the table, and you should also do what? You should also be ready to accept whatever happens, as no matter what outcome. I don't know who I was speaking to sometime last week. Maybe it was John or somebody else. I said, this something should have happened, something should have happened. I said, well, thank God. If this didn't happen, just always have a different opinion. When something goes wrong, have a solid reason to just console yourself. I think I missed an opportunity I should have taken or something. I can't remember, but always be positive. So this thing is not going to work all of a sudden. You have to put them in practice all the time and always remind yourself why you're trading. You're trading to be free, not to become a slave to the market again. So me at this moment, I don't sit on my chart looking at the screen. I come to my screen like every 1 or 2 hours. Once I do my school run, do everything that I need to do in the morning, if there's no opportunity, I leave. When I'm on a trade, I have entered. I leave my screen again. I check every candle close or every 2 hours to see what's going on. Because the more I see, the more I'm in front of my computer, the more I see reasons to why I should not be on that trade. So we can talk about this all day long, but for now, let's leave it there because I know you guys have been here for like, time don't go. So hope I've been able to help.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you so much, Prof. Rita, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you, everyone who has contributed. Emanuela, thank you to Carrie. Thank you, everyone, for making this session such an interactive session. Thank you for sharing your experiences. There are so many other questions, but because of time, we've been here for over an hour now, and we need to go so that we can come back. Because if we don't go, we won't come back again.
Before you
So,
end the meeting, Rita, please, can I say something?
okay, you want
I
to
wanted
say
to say
something?
yeah, to everybody, right? So,
All right.
there's no problem in Forex. We only
We
have.
cannot see you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, we can.
Okay, beautiful. There is no problem in Forex. We only have challenges, right? So if you have that mindset that there's never a problem in Forex, we only have challenges, it will help a lot of us get through a lot of things. Now think about it. I don't mind. Go home, take your phone, Google what are problems and what are challenges. You will discover that a lot of us have challenges, not problems. Come to the
Not get
Forex market
problem.
at all. Come to the Forex market with that mindset. Say, today we there, this is what we have, and we're good and we're going to be fine. And at the end of the day, everything is going to be fine. The moment you come back with that mentality, it becomes very easy for you to scale through at the end of the day. Thank you, Rita.
All right. Thank you so much to Carrie. Thank you once again. God bless you. Okay, so at this point in time, we have to call it a day. We're not able to share the chat because our time is fast spent already. Don't worry, we're going to have these sessions more often. So we're together. We're going to answer all the questions. We'll do the best we can to help each and every one of us in this team do better in this year 2025. Okay, so now we can go get ready, go think about all that we have heard today and start putting them into practice already before the market opens tomorrow. You want to prepare your charts, you want to prepare yourself even mentally as well. And I trust God to help every one of us to, be successful, because really that's what God desires for everybody. God desires that you win. God desires that I win. So, and he's always going to be here, always willing to help us. So let's not forget that God is involved. God is interested. God wants to see you win as well. So you want to also pray about
Yes.
it. And I trust God
Please, I
to
have something to say.
really help. Okay, Manuel, I
Okay,
want to say
so
something.
our colleagues who likely have questions, there would be a Q&A on Instagram story tomorrow. So feel free to send all of the questions you have.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
So that the
please.
next time we come, we can also attend to the
Address those
questions.
questions.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So thank you everyone for coming on tonight. God bless you. We wish you all a very profitable week ahead. So see you again in 2 weeks, hopefully. Yeah. So in 2 weeks, we're going to have this session again. So get ready, ensure that you come in early. This session is recorded. So if, in case you need it, you can always reach out and we would give them to you so that you can listen to them over and over again. All right. So take care. God bless you. Have a great week ahead. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you all for joining.